Okay. Is it working? We're live! We're back for the new season. New trim. New trim. New fresh setup. Thumbnails thumbnailing. The setuping. You can see this team to the left of me. To the right of me. Sorry. I can't wait. I'm so excited. As you can see below me right here, I've gone for a 2-1 win for the boys today. Please, regardless of today, all I want to see is performance. This is where it matters. Football is back, baby! And I just want to say a word. Just a word. I can't speak too much on Ipswich and Birmingham. But watching Charlton Watford, can't really speak on Coventry Hull. I think that game finished 0-0. Let me just double check. Yeah, that finished 0-0. So I can't really talk too much on Coventry and Hull. Southampton Wrexham, Charlton Watford. Charlton Watford game was pretty poor. I had both games on. I had Charlton Watford on this screen, and I was watching predominantly the Southampton Wrexham game. And I'm not that impressed by Southampton, you know. They did win the game, to their credit. A brilliant free kick and a nice ball across the face of the pitch to Stevens at the back post, following Wrexham's first half penalty. I'm not that impressed with them. By 5 o'clock tonight, we could be top of the table. But by 5 o'clock tonight, I could be feeling like we could be finishing automatics here. Still waiting for the teams to come out. Ah, cannot wait. Ah! I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be back. Cannot wait. Unfortunately, there's no unbiased commentary. We're listening to Norwich commentary. Bit annoying, I know. Sweet Caroline playing, ringing out around Carrow Road. Not had a win here since 1968, but it's certainly in my lifetime. Not sure about all time, but I feel like pound for pound, this is the best squad we've ever had. Let's not make any mistakes. Let's bring this timer up. Just, yeah, it's working fine. No. Normal colour, we want white. There we go. Just in case. Change that to white. So if I start the counter, reset the counter, there we go. As you can see, still waiting for the teams to come out. It is quite, the scoreline there is quite small, but that is so that I can add the goal scorers in. As you can see, ignore that lineup. Doughty is not playing centre back. I'm sure it is a 4-4-2 as well. Bender in goal, Kramer, Cooper, Tanganga, Doughty. Donor Mitchell is the midfield pairing with Aziz and Negley on both wings, with Ivanovic and Coburn up front. I'm pretty sure that is the exact same team that started the Estoril game, which I did say watching that game that it most probably would be the lineup. So it's not really a surprise. Here, Josh Sargent, Harry Darling. But other than that, not a lot of familiar faces to Norwich. I can see the ref in the tunnel. Can see the players in the tunnel waiting to come out. We've got 4 minutes to kick off. Camera's just showing the fucking referees stood at the front. The ref and two linos. As we wait for the players to come out. And here they come. Millwall playing in their home navy strip. Norwich obviously in their yellow strip. Players are on the pitch. About to do the handshakes and stuff as they always do. Norwich coming across. When the camera pans out to the wide view camera, I'll let you know who's kicking where, who wins the toss, and so on and so forth. I love that ball man. Alex Neil, obviously coming to his old club that he took to the Premier League. I think via the playoffs, what, 10 years ago nearly? Was it 2016 that Norwich got promoted via the playoffs? Jack Stacey, Jacob Wright, Jeffrey Slop, obviously. So Slop's playing centre back, but it's apparently, according to Sky anyway, they're setting up as a 3-4-2-1, with Slop playing as a left wing back, obviously. But then again, Sky have Tanganga playing right back, Kramer and Cooper as the two centre backs, with Coburn playing as an attacking midfielder. So, again, who knows? I'll do my best. The quality on this isn't the greatest. I'll do my best with the shirt numbers and stuff. If I can't see names as well, I'll do my best as I always do. If I get things wrong, I do apologise. Referee doing the coin toss now. The referee's making them swap over. So Norwich will kick from left to right. Millwall from right to left. I'm guessing anyway. As the Millwall players get round in a huddle. Oh, I love it. I fucking love it. I'm so happy. Football's back. Let's go. So it is Norwich to get us kicked off first. With Cernach in the middle. Adam Herczeg, or Herczeg, I don't quite know how to pronounce that. Apologies to you if I've mispronounced him. If you ever watch this, I doubt you fucking would, but maybe. Norwich kicking from left to right, Millwall from right to left. The referee blows his whistle, and we are off for the first game of the season. Norwich go long to the right, their right wing. It's headed by Cooper, just past Ivanovic. Coburn putting the defence under pressure. And here we go. Norwich switch it out wide to their right centre-back. Tries to go forward to Sargent, who's pass out wide. Finds Stacey. His touch is a bit heavy, but manages to keep the ball. Weighs a 1-2 and runs down the right-hand side. And the cross is blocked, or deflected, sorry, and straight into the arms of Stephen Bender. I love that goalkeeper kit. Bender obviously goes long with the kick, looking for Coburn. Coburn gets a shove in the back. Referee doesn't give it. Sargent taps it down, and then the ball forward out wide to the right is Stacey chasing with Alfie Doughty, but Doughty gets there first. Just shields it out of play for a throw by the corner flag in our left back position. So it definitely is a 3 at the back formation with 2 wing backs. Throwing down the line. Coburn touches it inside. Denor headers forward. It's played forward by the Norwich player. And Cooper plays it calmly out wide to Kramer, who goes first time forward in the channel to Coburn. Comes back, goes back to Denor. Gives it to Tanganga. Goes across to Doughty. Back to Cooper. Takes a touch. Chips one forward, looking for the head of Ivanovic. It's just over him. And Norwich can play it forward, but it's 2-1, and Tanganga can have calmly play the ball back to Cooper. Cooper moving away from his attacker. Plays it up the line for Doughty, whose touch is poor. And Sargent with a chop pass to Cooper, who gets pulled back. Sargent was about to get around Cooper. Cooper had hold of his shirt. I'm surprised he hasn't been booked there, to be fair. The referee keeps his cards in his pockets for now. Just explaining to Sargent why he hasn't given it. But to me, yeah, Cooper's well beaten. Maybe Doughty could have recovered, and maybe that's in the referee's mind. But Cooper has just ripped his shirt. Cooper's lucky to escape booking there, in my opinion. Yeah, Sargent's shirt was genuinely ripped. It wasn't like he, they say, ripped shirt off his back. Sargent's shirt was ripped. He's had to go and get it replaced. The Norwich City captain. So, 10 yards inside our half. 2 yards from the touchline. Stacey has the free kick. Left arm raised. Thumps it into the box. It's played on. And Mill will get it clear. I think that's Negley chasing, and the ball goes back to the goalkeeper, who plays a heavy touch, but Ivanovic doesn't bust the gut to get there. And Norwich can calmly play it back. Now Coburn will put the keeper under pressure. But Norwich calmly play it out and around Coburn. Norwich have it with their defence. Stacey's touch is poor. Did that go out of play? No. But a Bankway's out. I actually can't see his name. But his touch is poor and goes out of play for a Millwall throw midway through Norwich's half. Doughty will take the throw, looking for options, goes back to Cooper. Has Tanganga as an option, fakes to go that way, goes up down the outside and tries to chip one over the top, looking for Aziz. The flag is not offside, flag stays down. Aziz goes back to Mitchell, into Doughty. Doughty fakes the cross and then cuts inside, gives it back to Mitchell. Mitchell goes across to Tanganga, who goes forward over to, I think that's Kramer on the right hand side, gives it back to Negley. Back to Cooper. Cooper's touch is poor and Sargent's won it. And Sargent down the right hand side just about manages to keep it in play. Sargent up against Cooper, cuts inside into the box. Touched off. Rating goes for the shot. It's blocked by Doughty, who can play it forward. And it's touched by the Norwich centre-back. With their number 5. Now they're 22. Plays it across to their left centre-back. Now to Schlupp. Schlupp, look at the overlapping run, and Kramer does well to intercept it, but goes out of play for a Norwich corner over on the far side. First corner of the game, 5 minutes gone. And Cooper already a couple of shaky moments at the start of this game. And it will be Wright who goes across to take the corner. Norwich just loading the back post. Corner whip to the back post. Number 6 tries to play it across, but it goes out of play for a goal kick. Miscued the ball across, kind of sliced it behind. How has Liam Manning gone from looking 25 to 45 in like a month? Bender's goal kick then obviously goes long. Well clears the halfway line, looking for Coburn, but it's headed forward by a Norwich player. Cooper wins the header forward. Denor knocks it on. Coburn heads it. Mitchell knocks it high into the air towards Ivanovic, who jumps, flicks it on, but it goes into the Norwich centre back. Tries to go up the line, and it's out of play. It's not. Is it out of play? It is out of play. Curled out and came back in. It's just thrown back to Tanganga. It goes across to Cooper and finds Doughty. Doughty almost let the Norwich player get in there. Doughty goes across to Negley. Mitchell's first time ball, or Denor's first time ball to Kramer on the right wing. It cuts inside, but Kramer's touch is heavy. It's put out of play for a throw on the far side for Millwall. Kramer will take the throw in. Will he? Or is he going to let it go? Fuck knows what he's doing. No, he has taken it. It's a 1-2. And then he volleys the ball into the box. Flicked up by Ivanovic, but it's more like a scorpion flick, but it just loops into the arms of the goalkeeper. Keeper puts it down on the floor and then plays it to their centre back, and they're trying to play out of play. And Mitchell, puts it out of play for a throw right next to their corner flag. Referee making the Norwich player go back because he's tried to steal a good 10 yards. Still not where he was. Still a few yards ahead of where it was taken. He throws it short, receives it back off the short player, then launches it forward, and Sargent heads it out of play for a throw. Doughty throws it back to Cooper and goes across to Tanganga. Lets it run across his body and then goes back to Bender. Goes first time to Cooper. Got Doughty for support, Mitchell for support. But he goes long over the top looking for Coburn, who's wrestling with the defender. And Coburn almost on the end of it, but it goes straight through to the Norwich goalkeeper. Nice passing plays from Norwich as Ivanovic comes across to block the ball forward from Stacey, and outplay for a Norwich throw midway through their half. Stacey will no doubt nick a few yards again. And they try and play it forward, but it works out for Norwich in the end. Stacey plays a 1-2 with Sargent, and Stacey manages to keep it in play. Push across into the box. Kramer clears it away. Not the best of clearances. Tanganga can't get it away. It's a bit calamitous. The volley on the blocked out to the edge of the box. The shot comes in and it's deflected behind for a Norwich corner. Bit shaking defence. Poor clearance from Cooper. The shot was blocked by Kramer. Comes out to Topic, number 22, and Tanganga chests it behind for a corner. I think it's Topic with the corner, I think. I can't see his shirt number clearly. Outswinger goes to the back post. It's headed down. Cooper heads it up. Tanganga heads it away, not that far, and then shot from the corner of the box. Goes a good few yards over the bar. Yeah, the Norwich commentators are talking about how Darling's having his shirt pulled, but looking at the replay, he's also pulling Tanganga's shirt, and the referee just quite rightly says, "You're both doing it. Crack on." Bender goes long from the goal kick then. Looking for Coburn. A lot more distance on this one. Coburn flicks it on. Ivanovic heads it wide for Negley. And Ivanovic trying to get round the defender. And the ball played forward. No. Does it go out of play? It does go out of play for a Norwich throw. Midway through their half. Maybe just a little bit ahead of midway. And they throw it short. Play it back to the thrower. And then launch it forward. Sargent brings it down. It's a poor touch, and Denor gets in. Aziz now, ball along the floor, looking for Coburn in behind, but it's into the goalkeeper's arms. I'm sure Coburn would have been offside anyway. Number 5 has the ball, plays it inside, and then receives it back, following pressure from Denor. Norwich managed to get the ball out to the left. Now Schlupp tries to play it forward into Sargent, and Cooper commits the foul in the middle of Millwall's half. Norwich just play it short. Topic goes wide to Schlupp, and then goes back to their left centre back, Cordoba, I think it is. Number 5 is Medic. Cool. Topic gives it to Medic. Got some space to move forward. Goes across to right. Right goes across to Cordoba. Norwich play it wide to Schlupp, and then back to Topic. Goes across to Medic, and Norwich finding some decent passes. Not really playing anything too dangerous, but they've played it past Negley. And the ball in from Schlupp. The Tanganga's clearance goes straight up. Cooper can't get there. Tanganga heads it out to the edge. And Mitchell gets it away. Out for a throw for Norwich. Norwich go back to their goalkeeper. It's a really difficult one now for me to really watch, because it's just Norwich that have the ball. They've switched the ball out wide to Schlupp, but it's just past him and out for a throw in, a few yards ahead of our 18-yard box on the far side. But we do look like we're struggling a little bit. Coburn wins the flick on. Ivanovic's touch. Can't get around the other side of the defender, who calmly plays it back to his goalkeeper. Under pressure from Ivanovic, but just passes it past him. And now they can move forward. Goes across to Medic. Topic looking for Cernach, but his pass is behind Schlupp. Throwing up the line then. Flicked on. Coburn's being held, so can't play the ball, and the ball forward is high rather than long. Header by Ivanovic, and smash forward for Coburn to chase, but the Norwich player can just head back to his goalkeeper under no pressure. Who then Medic then receives it back again. Is that Darling at centre back? Yeah. Schlupp finds Cordoba and then goes back to Darling. See, I always thought Darling was a holding midfielder, not a centre back. Ball forward, looking for the right wing where Jack Stacey's moved forward and crosses it first time, and it's got a lot on that, and it almost fell to Sargent, and Kramer plays it over, and now Negley can try and bring it down. He heads it on looking for Coburn, but Norwich play back to their keeper. Backs against the walls for Millwall here. We are under the cosh. Not had to do much in terms of saves, Bender, but really, really on the back foot. Norwich come down the left. Schlupp plays it back to Cordoba, but it's tackled out of play by Coburn. Medic now has the ball. To right centre back, plays it inside. Touched and then played wide to right. Comes in field and goes back to their goalkeeper under some pressure from Denor and Ivanovic. Receives it and plays it for first time to Cordoba. And now Topic is moving forward. Plays it across and it's a good tackle from Kramer. Sinach into the box and it's a good defending from Kramer who gets the ball away. Good leave by Darling, goes to Medic, and then Medic goes across to Cordoba. And Norwich playing really well here. Really confident on the ball. We look a bit panicky at times. Norwich is passing amongst their centre-backs for now. Cordoba goes forward. Cernach goes back to right. Now Medic. Oh, it was Topic, sorry, not right. Cordoba into right. First time pass to Sargent. Denor's tackle finds its way to Schlupp, who goes inside to Topic. Topic across to right. Now across even more to Medic. Inside to Amankwa. Ball played forward and Coburn goes down looking for a foul, but referee says nothing. West Brom leading at Blackburn against Blackburn. Cordoba goes wide to the Schlupp on the left-hand side. Sees it back from him and then goes back to Darling, who fakes a long ball pass and goes across to Medic. Across the Topic forward to Cernach. Plays it inside for Sargent. Billy Mitchell gets the tackle. A Mankwa's shot. And the referee pulls it back for the free kick. Good 23, 22 yards out after Mitchell's tackle on right. 2 yards to the left of centre, and it's a poor tackle from Mitchell. And the Mankwa's shot goes wide. It's just a lunge from Mitchell. Bit late. Mankwa's shot was off balance, but the referee pulled it back for the free kick. In a shooting position for Norwich. This could be dangerous. And it looks like Wright might take it. Bender's got to get his ball right here. Cooper, Kramer, Ivanovic and Coburn. The four-man wall, which is one of the taller four-man walls in the division. Jacob Wright to take the free kick. Yeah, a good yard or two to the left of centre. 23 yards out. Referee blows his whistle. Jacob Wright steps up. And it's shot It's a good free kick, but Stephen Bender got across quickly, manages to catch the ball. Wasn't as far in the corner as it could have been from Jacob Wright, but enough to trouble Bender a little bit. And Millwall can get their foot on the ball. Tanganga looking to go forward and then goes long, looking to go over the top, looking for one of Negley or Ivanovic, but it's just put into touch by Harry Darling. That's a throw in on the far side, level with the 18-yard box. Kramer has Negley short. Negley just gives it straight to Kramer. Gets the ball out of his feet, almost falls over, manages to get the ball in the box. The header from Aziz, nodded down by a Norwich player. Aziz's volley is missed, and then it's smashed away by Norwich. Cooper can bring it down and has time, and gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell goes across to Doughty, and then it's tackled out of play by Stacey. I don't know how Stacey thinks that that's a Norwich throw. No idea how that's a Norwich throw. Didn't even look like Doughty had touched it. Throw in short, played back to Doughty, swings across in first time to the back post, headed back across, and it's headed away by a Norwich player. Negley heads it forward. Coburn brings it down, plays it back to Denor. Now Mitchell back to Doughty, can get it out of his feet, cross from deep, but it's over hit and out of play for a goal kick. Just seeing the goalkeeper, the free kick back. It's not the best of free kicks that I thought it was. It was at first. It was kind of down the middle. Cooper's header forward. The poor touch from Ivanovic, who manages. Negley, manages to bring the ball forward, and Aziz gets the ball down the left-hand side, swings it across, and I think the keeper's palmed it away, and it's played up the line. Tanganga wins the header, brings it down, and then gets tripped for a free kick, a yard from the touchline, 10 yards outside the edge of the area, a yard or two from the touchline, and this is a deep cross from Doughty here. Yeah, it was a good ball in from Aziz, maybe slightly too high for Coburn, and the keeper clawed it away. But this will probably be a diagonal drilled ball to the back post to be headed back across. But I wouldn't mind a whipped ball in. But it will be Doughty to take it, obviously. The only person at the club. Maybe Ivanovic, but he's more shooting free kicks. But probably the only set piece taker we have at the club. Doughty with the free kick. And it's headed away on the edge of the box. Denor weighs up his options and goes across to Mitchell. Goes down the left. Tries to take it past Stacey, who tackles it out of play for a throw. Parallel with the 18-yard. Again, on this near side this time. I'm sure, yeah, Doughty coming across. Doughty with the throw, goes into the box. It's flicked on. He found its way to Negley, who hesitated as the Norwich player came towards him. Cooper's ball, lovely turn by Mitchell, but maybe doing a little bit too much. It's tackled forward by Norwich, but Cooper can safely play it back to Bender, who goes long, looking for Coburn. It's headed forward by Norwich, and it's a good tackle by Negley. And now Denor goes wide to Kramer, has some space on the far side. Goes back to Denor. Goes across to Tanganga. Who just switches it to Doughty. Takes it in his stride. Looking to go past the Mancor and does. Takes another touch. Puts the ball in. It's headed to the back post by Ivanovic. The clearance is poor. And Kramer doesn't manage to get there. And Schlott manages to get it out of play for a throw. And there's some life in the game for Millwall. Definitely our best spell of the game so far. Now Norwich being pegged back. Kramer with the throw. Bit of a foul throw maybe, but Tanganga touches it, gives it to Denor. Takes a touch, puts the ball into the box, looking for Coburn. It's just over Coburn's head. It's headed away as far as Doughty. Mitchell goes back to Cooper. Plays it across to Tanganga. Has both Negley and Kramer on the right-hand side as options. Here's Negley. Moves infield. Tries to play it into Denor. It's a terrible pass from Negley. And Norwich can try and hold the ball. Topic trying to run at our defence. And Negley wins the ball back. It's a good challenge from Negley. And now Kramer moves forward. Has Tanganga out on the outside. And now Tanganga goes back to Negley. It goes back to Denor. Switches it to Doughty. Just in front of the centre circle on the left-hand side. Now back to Cooper, and Millwall can hold possession. Tanganga looks for a little chipped ball over the top for Ivanovic, but just a bit too much on it. That's out for a goal kick for Norwich. Keeper switches it left to Cordoba. There's a lot of space. Goes forward to Schlopp. Goes back to Cordoba first time. Now Topic inside. Goes back to Darlin. Got a lot of time on the ball. Gives it to Medic. To right centre back. Ball over the top. Looking for Stacey. Is to Doughty. Has time and plays it off of Stacey, and Doughty puts out play for a throw. Should have done better with that, Doughty. Could have just hooked it away, had an easier clearance. Tried to play it off Stacey and be smart, but didn't have enough on it. I was forced to put it out of play for a throw. Stacey throws it short and then receives it back off them, and it's tripped, but the referee says no. But Stacey still has the ball somehow. Puts the ball into the back post, but no one's there. Schlopp gets the other side of Kramer. Tries to keep it in play. Played it off for Kramer and wins the throw for Norwich. Over on the far side. Schlopp has it. Plays it inside to Solak. Cordoba with the turn. Now Sulac back to Topic. Now Medic. Medic forward into Amankwa. Or Forson. It's not Amankwa, it's Forson. Fuck those. The shot from distance is dragged wide. This says Amankwa, but they're saying Forson. Oh, his name is Amankwa Forson. Okay. So both are technically correct. Okay. I'm glad we cleared that one up. Cheers, FotMob. Not sponsored, by the way. FotMob, sponsor me, please. I use your app all the time. I love your app. It's better than all the others. Denor heads it up, but Norwich have won a foul from Coburn's pushing the back, following the goal kick. Block plays it back to the keeper. Just a few yards outside of his area. Kovacevic. Opening half an hour, the stats do not look good. Doughty's header forward, following the ball forward from the goalkeeper, Norwich goalkeeper. Mitchell inside to Denor, goes wide to Doughty. Plays a long ball over the top. Looking for Coburn, who's with Medic holding each other. Ball up in the air. Mitchell wins the header. Ivanovic with the chest down and switches the play for for Kramer, sorry. And Schlopp puts it out of play for a throw just inside Norwich's half on the far side. Tanganga receives the ball from the throw-in and goes back to Bender, who will no doubt take a touch, assess his options, and more than not go long, and he does go long. Looking for Cramo, who heads it in the field. It's just over Ivanovic's head, and Darling can bring it down. His touch is heavy, and Coburn commits the foul. Coburn didn't need to commit a foul there. Long ball forward. Cramo heads it forward. And Delore's touch is poor. Solach plays it back to Forson. Forson wide to Stacey. Tries to put it across, but it's blocked by Doughty. Aziz heads it on. Not sure why he would head that on. Top pitch goes across to Cordoba. Into Schlopp, who goes back to Darling. Norwich just passing it about, but not playing any risky passes. If you're a fan of an Norwich persuasion, you wouldn't find it, but as a neutral or a fan of Millwall, you do think it's rather boring to watch. Not really doing anything of note with the ball, Norwich. Nothing that's really worried me at all. Long ball forward, looking for Sargent. Keeper comes. Stephen Bender wins the ball. Plays it forward to Ivanovic, to Negley, who wants the foul. Negley running back to get a Schlopp. Ball into Forson. Plays the ball over, looking for Solach. And the Lion. Lionson does put his flag up. I thought he was offside. But much like it should be on the opening day, a very, very, I wouldn't say cagey, but no team wanted to make a mistake. To see the replay of Bender coming out, I had to get it right. If you got it wrong, Sargent makes it 1-0. Very, very good, composed, confident goalkeeping from Bender. Who takes a free kick, launches it forward to the right wing, looking for Coburn, who gets a shove in the back, and the referee don't give it. That one, to be fair, when it comes to like nudges and pushes, I'm quite lenient, but that one was blatantly obvious. Just a shove in the back at the top of the shoulders and shoved to the floor. But we had to throw in instead. Kramer with the throw. Negley's pass is poor. Solach intercepts it, gives it back to Wright. Can dribble forward, plays it to Sargent, but it's a good intercept by Tanganga, who pulls Forson down, and Tanganga will see a yellow card. Fucking pointless. The interception was good from Tanganga, his touch was heavy. Again, it's fucking needless. There's no need to pull him back, because Cooper's about to win the ball. Forson's touch was heavy. His touch was poor, Cooper's across, he's about to win the ball. Poor pass from Negley. Poor touch from Tanganga. A needless foul given away when Cooper's about to win the ball back. And it's a free kick, centre of the pitch, dead centre, in a similar position, 22, 23 yards out. If they score from this free kick, you will be pissed. It is slightly ref. It is slightly right of centre. Looking at it at the pan view just behind. But it's so central that both Forson and Stacey lining up, a right footer and a left footer. This could be fucking dangerous. It's taken by Forson and it's over the bar. Bender from the goal kick does go long. Looking for Coburn, who again is just being held. Ivanovic now. Kramer's strayed offside. And Ivanovic manages to win a throw. Kramer throws it to Negley. Brings it down. Goes back to Mitchell, who lets the ball run under his feet. I don't think he intentionally did. But now here's Negley. Negley looking for a lovely pass in behind for Ivanovic. His shot is into the side netting. At the near post. It's a brilliant ball from Negley. Oh, it's a corner. It's a lovely pass in behind. And I think it was deflected by the Norwich defender. It's a lovely, lovely through ball from Coburn. And Ivanovic's shot has been deemed to have been touched behind. And Mill will have a corner. We are just loaded. 3 players around the goalkeeper. As long as no one fouls him, I ain't got a problem. Doughty with the corner. The referee having a couple of words as my stream freezes. Let's just refresh. There we go. Stop it! Doughty will take the corner. And it's headed away at the near post. Denor launches it back into the box and straight into the arms of the Norwich keeper, who did spill it, and the referee gives a foul. And now Cooper, a Norwich player's gone down in the box. Not sure what's happened there. Not sure what's happened here. Sky Sports, mate. Sky Sports Plus. Referee having a word with Cooper. Especially after that first challenge, I haven't seen it back. Cooper does get a yellow card. I haven't seen it back. I'm looking it back now. Keeper drops it. Cooper does go for it. And then Medic just gets in Cooper's face, tries to push him. And Cooper just shoves him to the floor. Cooper had every right to go for that. Medic tries to go into Cooper. Cooper then shoves him out of his way. But Cooper has every right to go for the ball. The keeper's jumped for the ball and he's spilt it. He's dropped to the floor. Cooper sticks out a leg, trying to obviously win the ball. Just as the keeper gets the ball in his hands, he then makes contact. But he has every right to go for the ball. The keeper's dropped the fucking ball. It's a simple catch for a goalkeeper to make. Medic tries to... Ivanovic flicks it on and Coburn heads into the channel. Coburn plays it in behind for Negley on his right foot and can't keep it in play. It's out for a goal kick. But Cooper has every right to go for the ball. Topic gets in his face and then gets shoved to the floor. Like, yeah, it's a yellow card. But any idea that it should have been a red or anything, do one. Norwich, bit dangerous there. Ivanovic nearly pipping it from him. A big high press from Millwall. It goes under Aziz's foot and he knows. The ball forward is blocked. Doughty tries to play it forward. And it's headed out of play by Negley. For a Norwich throw. Ball goes out of play in their half. And then Jack Stacey runs in our half. Referee does make him go back, but only a yard. And Stacey once again moves back forward. Ball thrown short, played back to Stacey, as pretty much every throw in nowadays is. But we've won the ball back. Mitchell now Denor. Denor forward to Aziz. Couple step overs and goes inside to Denor. It's a good touch and then a lovely switch pass to Kramer, who chests it down. Up against Schlopp, goes past him. Schlopp throws himself to the floor and he wins a free kick. Kramer's miffed. Kramer cannot believe it. I can't believe it. Seeing the replay now. There's no contact. There's genuinely no contact. The Norwich have a free kick by their corner flag. A few yards in front of it. Keeper goes long to Sargent. Cooper wins the header. Up in the air. Aziz tries to head it on. Cooper needs to fucking be careful here. Just nearly karate kick someone in the back. But Norwich switch to play. Goes back to Cordoba. Good tackle from Mitchell. Oh, referee, get out of the way. Ah, that's unfortunate. The referee turned his back on the play, trying to move forward. Just as Mitchell would try to switch the play out to Kramer. It's a lovely tackle from Mitchell. Just moves him off the ball. And he tried to play it wide and the referee was in the way. We do get the ball back, obviously, though. And now Doughty down the left-hand side. Swings across it. It's lovely touch by Aziz. On the edge of the box. Puts it in towards the back post. It's cleared away. Negley! Good save! Ball across. It's cleared away by Norwich. Good save. And Tanganga goes down and the referee and the linesman flags the foul. And that's definitely the best chance of the game so far. Brilliant ball into the box by Aziz with his weaker right foot, and it's poor clearance by Schlupp. Falls out to Negley on his right foot. He just drills it straight. Not enough in the corner. If it's more in the corner, it might even be 1-0. But it wasn't Negley's weaker right foot, and the keeper palms it away. But Mill will have a free kick. A yard infield from the touchline. Basically level with the 18-yard box. Maybe just a yard in front. Apologies. But dangerous free kick. Doughty will take it in swinger. Ice flick to the edge of the box. Ivanovic can't get there. Billy Mitchell's shot is blocked. Mitchell goes back. Just 1 minute to play. Ball switched to the back post. It's head back in. Looking for Ivanovic, but it's smashed away by a Norwich player. Doughty gives it back to Stephen Bender, but it's a awkward one. But it's not overhit, thank fuck, but it was a high one, and Bender plays it across to Cooper under some pressure, but manages to get it to Mitchell. Ball played forward, looking for Coburn. If he's onside, the flag stays down. He's in behind, but he's into the channel. Pulls it back across along the floor. Kramer into the box. Can't pull it across, but manages to get it back out to Coburn. Coburn with the cross, and it's blocked behind for a corner, and Millwall corner will be the last act of the half. Corner whipped in. It's punched away. And I'm guessing the Norwich player will just clear it off the Millwall player out for a goal kick. And that'll be the end of the first half. Not the best of starts. Not the best of starts. To be fair. Could have been worse. Best chance of the game fell our way though. Brilliant cross to the box, cleared away to the edge. It was a poor clearance from Schlop, went straight to Negley, who watched it come back to him. It was almost like a perfect weighted pass. And he just drills it straight. More in the corner and it may be 1-0, but unfortunately for Millwall. A slow start to the game. First 20-25 minutes were a bit shaky. And then we grew into the game. We dug our feet in, dug our toes in, and managed to get more on the ball. After a couple of chances, then on the front foot. But it just feels like it's been a bit of a... It has been a bit of a dud game. Norwich just keeping the ball, not doing too much to waste possession. No tricky passes or dangerous passes to try and find an opening. No, nothing risky from Norwich. And their best chances have been the 2 free kicks that they've had. And not the best of halves we'll see this season, but not the worst. And definitely 100% Norwich will be happy to go in at half time 0-0. And they'll definitely be happy that the half time whistle come when it did. But if we can play like the last 20 minutes for the rest of the game, I think we'll do well and we could nick a win here. I don't even think it'll be nicking. I think 0-0 is a fair result. Obviously, they've had 8 shots, although like 4 of them came in that one attack. I'm listening to the Norwich commentators talking on Cooper's push, saying anything to the face of an opponent is a red card. Well, it's a good fucking thing he shoved him in the chest. It was here. He shoved him here. These were where Cooper's hands were. I do agree with them. He was lucky not to get a yellow card 2 minutes into the game for ripping Sargent's shirt, literally. But to say he should have got a red card for the shove, come on, man. Be real. But we've got a few minutes to the second half, so I will be back when a couple of minutes just before it starts. Alright, we're back for the second half. I do still have food currently being made, so Millwall obviously now kicking from left to right, Norwich from right to left. Millwall to kick us off for the start of the second half. I'm going to keep one ear off for when my shit goes ding so I can quickly sort it out. Fucking hell. And we're off for the second half. Cooper goes long. And Norwich have the ball. Cordoba goes forward. Sargent falls over. Cooper launches it forward and then launched back forward by a Norwich player. Then Cooper heads forward and then nodded down by Aziz. Doughty goes high towards Ivanovic and Coburn, but Darling wins the header. Denor brings it down, plays it to Mitchell, who brings it down, sorry. Mitchell plays it back to Cooper. Cooper goes long, over the top, looking for Ivanovic. He goes out of play for a goal kick. So, what a good start. Fuck's sake. It's just not long enough to put up in a hairband. Just too short. Mitchell cleaning up, giving it back to Bender, who slices it. Negri jumps, but Cordoba wins the header. Tanganga forward to Kramer, who lets it go across his body, then goes up the line for Coburn, but it's touched out of play by Cordoba. Play for a throw on the near side. Kramer comes across. A little shirt rub on the ball. Kramer throws it short to Denor, takes a touch, doesn't play it back to Kramer, and then it's tackled out of play by Topic. Tanganga goes across to Doughty, who goes high, over the top, down the line, looking for Aziz to chase. Stacey touches it, and it's out of play for a throw. Oh, it's a Norwich throw. I thought it'd come off Stacey's chest last. Ball thrown up the line by Stacey. Denor touches it out of play for another throw midway through their half. On the far side, Stacey will take the next one again. And again, steals a couple yards from where it went out. Throws it short, but Mitchell gets ahead of his man and cuts back, goes inside and tries to go back outside, but as tackled to Aziz. Aziz goes past one, puts the ball into the box. It's a lovely ball and it's flicked on by Cordoba. Coburn was there. Kramer keeps it in. Short to Negli, lets it goes across his body, goes inside to Denor, goes outside sort of, and then plays it out to Kramer. First time, and it's sliced behind. He had time to take a touch there. Merrill will have a throw midway through the right hand side after playing the goal kick short. Negli manages to find its way back to Ivanovic, to Tanganga, sorry. Doughty into Mitchell. Fakes to go up the line and manages to poke it back to Doughty under some pressure. Doughty goes forward, brought down by Ivanovic. Back to Mitchell, into Aziz. Cuts inside and goes back to Denor. Denor, lovely. This is better from Millwall for sure. Tanganga goes wide to Kramer. Takes a touch inside to Negley. Negley plays it in behind for Kramer. Kramer with the chip to the back post, but it's a deep one and over everyone. And they try. Stacey has a shove in the back, and I don't think there's anything too dissimilar to the one that Coburn had in the first half, but Norwich's ball forward goes sway to Bender. That'll Cooper. Doughty plays it down the line looking for Aziz. A bit too high and it goes over him. Lovely 1-2 for Norwich and a ball forward to Stacey. To Sargent, sorry, by Stacey. And it's through into Bender. Rolls it short to Tanganga. Back to Bender. Across to Cooper. Who launches it forward, looking for the head of Coburn. Coburn jumps, flicks it on, and Novelovic can bring it down. It's a 3-on-3. It's pass out wide to Kramer. Touches it down. Touches it again. Puts it across the box. It's to the back post! Yes! Get in! Come here, Negley! Come on! It's a lovely ball by Kramer. It goes across the face of the box and Negley's in the back post. And he has time to take the touch and drills it into the back of the net. And it's Norwich 0, Millwall 1. And we've started this half really well. And I would say, based on the first half at least, we are very, 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 very good for this 1-0 lead. Lovely ball across. It's missed by everyone. Negley with the time to take the touch. Drilled it near post. And Camille Negley puts Millwall 1-0 up. And the Millwall fans on the right-hand side, in fine voice, Norwich pass it amongst their defence, looking to build an attack now. Ball switched out to the left. Schlott brings it down. Puts a cross into the back post, but Doughty touches it behind for a corner. Not under too much pressure. I didn't really need to do that. Could have let it go across his body. But Doughty takes no chances. Corner absolutely massively over here. And Denor manages to flick it up for another throw-in. For Norwich throw-in on the near side. There's a poor corner. It's over everyone. That's our ball. Yeah, the referee gives a goal kick. Schlott tried to go past. I think it was Negley. Bender goes long. Just over Coburn's head, but it hits Schlott and goes out of play for a throw. Just inside Norwich's half on the near side. Oh, Bender's clearance! Norwich equalise. Josh Sargent. We was looking at some sort of replay. We had the ball from our throw-in, and somehow we've conceded. I have not a fucking clue what's happened. It wasn't. They didn't show the game. They didn't. They didn't show anything. All I've seen is Stephen Bender kick against Sargent, and it goes in off the post. Somehow the game is 1-1, and that is really fucking poor. Negley puts it out of play for a goal kick. I cannot believe how the game is 1-0. Oh, Norwich have put out of play for a throw-in. We've won a throw-in. Level with the 18-yard box on the far side. And we are loading the box. It's a long throw into the box. It's headed away. Headed forward again, and then headed away again. Doughty brings it down. Tries to keep it in play, and he has done. And that's not a foul. Tanganga loses out to Jacob Wright. Ball played back and then launched forward. Sargent brings it down. And then Lloyd's trying to go up the line, and Doughty with a good block. And Aziz keeps it in play and runs down the left-hand side. And he's trying to play it inside and then gets it back outside. Cross a bit too early. He had so much time. And manages to get it back out to Aziz, who puts it back into the box. Ivanovic's header goes straight up. Headed away as far as Aziz again. Takes a touch, goes for a shot. It's deflected. And it bounces. And Stacey heads it, trying to keep it in play. But Doughty brings it down. Up against Stacey. Goes down the outside, Doughty. Tries the cross into the back post. And it's headed behind for a corner. And again, with our luck on their goal, you can see why we haven't won in 57 years. Doughty with the corner. Keeper palms it away, and it's played behind for a corner. And now an outswinger from Doughty on the far side. Going to the back post. Keeper heads back across. Volleyed goalwards. It's blocked. Doughty with a deep cross. Switches it to the back post. Tanganga's header across, but Jacob Wright clears it out for a throw. Negley with the quick throw. No, there's a substitution being made. Thorson comes off. For who? Kvistgarden. Sick. I've got to say that name every fucking time now. Kramer looking for options. Got no options. Throws it to Coburn. Flicks it onto Ivanovic. And Ivanovic has it in the box. Plays it across and he's put it over. And Ivanovic somehow managed to get it past two defenders on the edge of the 6-yard box. Pulls it to the edge of the 6-yard box. Ivanovic is almost on the touchline, level with the 6-yard box. He's pulled it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. And as he's trying to wrap his foot around it to turn it goalwards, basically an open goal, and he's put it over the bar. Knowing our luck, we're going to go on and lose this game now. Norwich switched the ball, and Doughty manages to do well. Oh, Doughty brings down Chris Gordon out for a free kick on the corner of the 18-yard box. Derby have taken the lead against Stoke. Norwich with the free kick. Drills it across. Bender punches away. It's out to the edge. Good tackle. Headed away. Aziz can try and bring it down. But it finds its way to a Norwich player who smashes it back into the box and it goes out of play for a goal kick. Bender taking no chances there. Goes long to the right wing. Kramer heads it on. Coburn up against Cordoba. Cordoba wins that battle. Brought down by Denor, who switches it to Doughty. Inside to Mitchell. Goes back to Cooper. Tanganga goes home. Bender tries to go long. Not under much pressure. Had time to take a touch. Bender took it first time and sliced it out of play for a Norwich throw. Poor touch from a Norwich player. And Mitchell can bring it forward. Mitchell running into the left wing position and then goes back to Doughty. Switches to play to the right. Looking for Kramer. It's a lovely touch from Kramer. Puts the cross into the box. Oh! And it bounces just in front of Coburn and Coburn misses it. And then just ahead of Ivanovic. A lovely cross by Kramer again. Norwich clear it forward, but again it comes back towards them. Doughty with a lovely nutmeg. Doughty manages to get it to Aziz somehow. Not sure how that wasn't a foul. Chris Gordon wins the ball back and Norwich play it forward. Tanganga heads it across to Doughty. Under pressure now. Goes over Chris Gordon. Touched inside by Mitchell. Sargent's touch is poor, but somehow Norwich have come away with the ball and slops down. The left hand side goes inside. It's Cordoba. Ball down the right hand side. Doughty has time to take his time and play it back up the line. It's headed forward and Aziz will head it inside, but no one's there. Right goes across. Medic goes infield to Sargent. Out to Chris Gordon. Sargent in the box. Cooper wins. Oh my god, what the fuck? Cooper's tried to bring it down. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. The ball comes in and Cooper Tries to clear it. Fiskard got a toe on it. Tries to puts it goalwards. Bender makes a really good save. The North clears it away, and unfortunately Fiskard is down for Norwich after Bender landed on him. I'm looking at it back. Tanganga gives it back to Bender. It just takes too long. Too lax with it. Brings it out to the right. Jack Stacey with the throw. Touch back to him. And then back to right. We've won the ball back, but they've just about managed to win it back, darling. And then Denor commits the foul. I'm not sure there was much of a foul there on first glance, but the referee's in a better position than I am. Lowe's coming through. Cooper blocks the pass. It's a lovely Travella pass, looking for Negley. Ivanovic, sorry. Ivanovic, lovely. Puts the ball across. He's out for a corner. Apologies. Affidati with the corner. Centre of the box. It's cleared away to the edge, but it's just past Mitchell. And now Denor puts the cross back in towards the back post, but it's headed away from the edge. But it's a poor header. It finds its way to Mitchell. Puts a cross in from a similar position, and it's blocked out of play for a throw. So I'm guessing Crummer will go ahead. Go across and take. Norwich looking to make another sub soon. Kramer, short to Coburn. Kramer fakes the pass to Mitchell, into Negley on the edge of the box inside. And the pass back to Aziz is poor. Sargent now. And now he's running it. Great tackle! And the shot is blocked by Tanganga. Great tackle. I don't know who it was. But Josh Sargent absolutely sprinting up the pitch with the ball. And it's a brilliant tackle. I think that's Doughty. And he finds his way to Cernich, who hits the shot. Tanganga blocks it behind. But he was running at Cooper and Tanganga, who were both on the yellow. Couldn't bring him down. And Norwich's corner to be taken by Jacob Wright. Swings it into the back post. And fuck knows what's happened there. I think that's a goal kick. It is a goal kick. No, very obviously a goal kick. Darling played it through Tanganga's legs. Topic coming off for Marcelino Nunez. And Jack's... No. And Jeffrey Schlopp coming off. Cresceni. So Cresceni and Nunez on the pitch for Topic and Schlupp. Bender goes long with the goal kick. Looking for Coburn, who's just being wrestled with by Cordoba, not really playing much of the ball, but again, Ivanovic being held from behind, but Kramer with the tackle, almost winning the ball back, but Norwich managed to get it away with. Nunez goes wide. Chris Garden goes back to right, moves infield, gives it to Nunez, goes back to Darling, who goes back to Medic, now Cordoba. Crescenti goes back to Cordoba, and now Norwich trying to just get a foot on the ball. Switched out to the left. It's headed inside by Crescenti, and it's good defending from Kramer. And Denor heads it away. It's flicked on by a Norwich player, but Ivanovic with the first time pass for Coburn. Just too much on it, and the keeper gets it away. But Denor. Mitchell switches it wide for Aziz. Doughty now gets the ball out of his feet. Goes over the right wing back to Aziz. Aziz tries to keep it in play and manages to. And puts the ball in on his right foot. It's headed away to the edge of the box. Negley's volley's blocked. Denor touches it down. Goes wide to Kramer, who can take a touch. Puts the ball in on his left foot, looking for Coburn, whose header goes high and wide. Not troubling anyone there. Ball forward is just chested down by Cooper to Mitchell, who tries to go forward, but holds onto the ball too long, and Norwich come forward again. Plays it across to Sargent, who turns, and it's a good tackle by Cooper. Finds its way to Ivanovic, and now ball played forward to Aziz. Can bring it down. Flag does stay down. Stacey manages to win the ball. Mitchell leaves it. And Mitchell's knocked to the floor by Chris Garden. Or Doughty, sorry. And now Negley. Out on the right side. Puts the ball in with his left foot. It's low. And it's a poor one under no pressure. And now Norwich can bring it away. Ball played wide to Stacey. Guess it's stuck under his feet a little bit, but manages to get it out of his feet and bring it forward. Now Nunez. Cordoba in support and finds him. Cordoba into Crescenti. And again, Norwich just passing it around the centre-backs as he's putting them under a little bit of pressure. But it's a lovely ball out wide and no one's there. On for Stacey. Pulls it across to the back post. And Negley manages to get it away. Don't know where Doughty was, but Stacey had the freedom of Norfolk over on the far side. Had so much time and space. Measured the pass, pulled it across, and Norwich players missed it. And Negley, smart, manages to get there ahead of, I think it was Nunez plays it forward and it's out of play for a goal kick. If we don't win this game, we will be miffed. I don't say that much, but since their goal, they have been more in the game, but it's such a poor goal to give away. Norwich smash it forward, and Doughty can just chest it down. Fakes to head it back to the keeper, and then gives it forward to Aziz, whose pass inside is poor. Norwich are growing more and more in this game now since they scored. Stacey, back to Chris Gordon. Takes a touch, plays it back to right, goes across to Darling. Now Cordoba, 25 yards out. Inside, the shot from distance from Nunez. A good yard or two over the bar, not troubling Bender. Good couple of yards over the bar. $15 to go. Bender goes long. Kramer heads it on good foot out by Cordova because Ivanovic was in behind, although moving into the channel. Kramer goes across to Tanganga. In to Cooper. Couple of heavy touches and is forced to go back. He's put himself under pressure. Bender goes forward. Up to Kramer. He's headed on by Crescenti. And Tanganga heads it forward. And then headed down to Nunez. Chris Gordon, sorry. Now Sargent back heels it to Chris Gordon, and Doughty's tackle finds its way to Chris Gordon, still puts it across, and Tanganga with a really good interception. Solich was at the back post and was ready to just tap it in, and it's brilliant defending. Corner to be taken then. Over on this near side, in swinger. Right with the corner. Puts it into the centre of the box. It's headed away by Coburn. Touchdown by Nunez. It's a heavy touch, and he's brought down by Mitchell. It's a needless free kick as well, because the ball back in by Nunez is just thumped away. It's poor ball back into the box. Another needless free kick given away. It was a heavy touch. But it was a poor ball by Nunez. Nunez, 25 yards out, 5 or 6 yards to the right of centre. It looks like Nunez will take it, so it will be a whipped from right to left, back inside the post. Unless it goes far post, but it will be whipped from right to left. It is a right footer taking it on the right hand side. Nunez steps up, hits the free kick, and it's not going to trouble anyone. Yeah, his free kick ends up going a good few yards wide. Bender with the goal kick goes long. Coburn with the shove and is penalised for it, of course, because it can happen to defenders but not attackers. Darling looks for the switch to the left up against Kramer. It's touched down by Crescenti, and Kramer tries to go over Kramer, and Kramer heads it out for a throw. Throw short to Nunez. Nunez puts a cross field pass, and Aziz heads it out of play for a throw, taking no chances. Stacey again, walking a few yards ahead of where it went out. Throws it to Chris Gordon. To Stacey. Back to right. Whips one to the back post, and it's pulled across, and Crescenti should have done better. And it got stuck under his feet and behind for a goal kick. Millwall now making some subs as Negley comes off. Kundal comes on. Surprised we haven't seen any of Amaku yet. But Negley has done his job, got his goal. Coburn comes off for Langstaff. Bender with the goal kick then. Launches it long to the right wing again, looking for Kramer. It's just over his head and finds its way to Ivanovic. He's just wrestled to the floor, but again, can't happen to attackers. It only happens to defenders. Kundal putting them under some pressure. No, not making a foul. And Darling puts it out of play for a Millwall throw. Well done from Kundal there. Darling trying to bait Kundal into conceding a free kick, but Kramer throws it into Ivanovic, plays it off to Tenor, and his ball, I don't know if it was a shot or a cross, but it's a good few yards high and wide. The only person that's troubling is someone in row J. Norwich go long from their keeper. Sargent up against Cooper, and Cooper wins that every day of the week. It's launched forward by the Norwich defender. Tanganga wins the header. Looking for Ivanovic. It's headed forward by Norwich. Cooper wins the ball again, and Mitchell gives it wide to Doughty. Doughty goes long and high, and it's out of play. No, Aziz manages to bring it in play. And manages to get past two, but does too much. Ball gets away from him, and Norwich come forward again. Feels like we're just trying to hang on now. Ball forward. It's brought down by Doughty. Goes back to Bender. Launches it forward. Ivanovic can't win the header. And there's an offside against Ivanovic. Ball played in behind for Langstaff. Langstaff's in behind! And Langstaff has finished it! Get in! Come on! And he scored on the opening day! I'm so happy for him! He scored a hat-trick in pre-season. It was played in behind. I wasn't sure who played it in. And Langstaff just plays it underneath the goalkeeper. It was Doughty with a lovely ball. It was similar to the goal that he scored against Sutton. Opened his body, put it through the keeper's legs, and we've retaken the lead. No more stupidness, boys. Oh, no, not third. We want 83rd. What? Fuck off. Don't care, mate. We haven't won at Norwich since 1968. Brilliant finish from Macaulay Langstaff. Very, very confident finish. I'm so happy for him. Langstaff was in behind. I thought he was going to play it across to Ivanovic, but he took it himself. Manages to put it under the keeper. Fisher and McCarmer coming on for Norwich. Stacey and Senat coming on. No, I'm good. Thank you. Well, you got to say, I feel like on the basis of the game, it might be deserved. Norwich go long. Kramer heads it forward. It's headed forward by a Norwich player, and then Mitchell heads it forward. And then the touch is poor, and Kundal brings it across to Aziz. Aziz now down the left-hand side, goes past his man, and Aziz down the outside. Up against the Norwich defender. Tries to go inside, and then goes down the outside, and then tries to play it back, and it's put out of play by McCarmer. Just got to hold on for the first time in 57 years. Ball thrown into Langstaff. Langstaff holds it up. Into the corner he goes. Keeps it in play, but it's out of play for a Norwich throw. Ball thrown in. And it's put out of play by... I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Mitchell. And again, just trying to steal a few yards forward. He is about 5 yards ahead of where it was. Ball thrown up the line. It's headed forward. Langstaff brings it down for Aziz, and Aziz with the long ball over towards Ivanovic, who's offside. No, the referee's given the throw in. Wasn't managed to stay in by Aziz. It was out of play. So Norwich throw down the line. It's headed forward again. Kundal plays it in behind and is brought down 10 yards inside Norwich's half. Well, we'll just take our time. Flicked onto Ivanovic. I'm just looking at this. Managed to win it. Played it across, and if Aziz buries that, probably would have been game over with Langstaff's goal. You got a feel for Aziz, for sure. Should have scored, but at the end of the day, if the result stays the same, we will not care. Corner, free kick comes in, it's straight into the arms of Kovacevic, the Norwich goalkeeper. Throws it long to the right back. Touch is poor, and it's brought down by Doughty, who earns himself a yellow card. For Mitchell, sorry, not Doughty. Norwich just passing it about. And they go back to the goalkeeper. Again, Norwich haven't really created anything. The fact that they're only a goal down, and they've not really done much to deserve it, to be fair. And the ball forward, and Bender will just hold the ball at his feet while awaiting pressure from a Norwich player. And Bender picks it up. Can't put him under pressure. Ball launched forward by Bender. Valovic wins the header, but it's back to Tanganga, who heads it forward, and it's flicked on by Langstaff. Both Kundal and Ivanovic chasing. Ivanovic put himself between the ball and the keeper. And Millwall making more subs. Just try and kill a bit of time. Aziz coming off for a Marco. Oh yeah, Kundal did concede the foul. So 2 minutes plus stoppages to go for the perfect start to a season. And it's a poor touch from a Norwich player, but the tackle from Langstaff finds its way to a Norwich player. Amarku putting them under pressure, and the pass just about kept in. Shadow on the far side makes it really hard to see. Amarku goes past a Norwich player and is brought down. That should be a yellow card. And it's a yellow card for Jacob Wright. Marco manages to keep it in play. Went past Jacob Wright and just stuck his leg out. Doughty in a crossing position. It's a good crossing position as well. A goal here will definitely seal things, you'd think. Doughty, it's a flat one. It's cleared away by Norwich's feet, and Doughty has time to just play it back to Bender, who has time to take a couple of touches if he wants. Launches it forward, looking for Ivanovic, who's got the defender all over him as per usual. Amarku wins the ball. Kundal, it's a 4-on-3. Amarku, Langstaff in the box. Shot is blocked. Finds its way to Ivanovic, whose left-footed volley goes about 10 yards wide, about 5 yards over the bar. And there will be 5 additional minutes of stoppage time. Kovacic goes forward. Cooper wins the header. Norwich come forward again. Wright plays it wide to Makama. Just knocks the Millwall player off. Makama puts the cross in and Cooper clears it away. Mitchell's hurt. Mitchell's down. Makama cuts inside. Plays it back. And it's good defending. I think that was Denor. Norwich putting us under a lot of pressure now. Mitchell really hobbling now. Ball into field. And it's just smashed away. Kovacic. Short to Darling. Mitchell down again. Ball switched wide. Brought down, but the touch is heavy, and the clearance finds its way to Cordoba. 25 yards out. Goes to right inside. And the touch, Chris Gordon manages to get a ball forward. Denor, Chris Gordon puts it across. And the cross is blocked behind for a corner. And now Mitchell can go down and receive treatment. Mitchell still down. Another substitution. And Alfie Doughty's coming off for Ryan Leonard. And Massimo Luongo looks like he's coming on probably for Mitchell. Yeah, Mitchell coming off for Luongo. Bit more time wasted, but that just means it'll be added on at the end. Yeah, Doughty comes off now. Ryan Leonard comes on. Jacob Wright from the corner. Whipped in to the back post. Bender catches. It's a brilliant catch. It's unfortunate what happened. Bender has the free kick from following Sargent's push. A minute to go, plus any extra time that he adds on for the stoppages that happened. Bender goes long. Ivanovic just being wrestled with again. Kramer heads forward. Kundal heads down to Kramer. Kramer puts it high up in the air. Ivanovic just being wrestled to the floor once more. And it's a good turn from the Norwich player there. But his touch takes it out of play. Kramer with the throw. Up the line. Looking for Ivanovic. And again, Cordova's all over him again. Sargent's down holding his face, but the referee doesn't give nothing. They're complaining about the officiating now. Did he though? Did he though? Sargent's not really. Again, they're waffling nonsense. They're just clutching at straws at this point. They're saying Cooper shouldn't be on the pitch, but again, that's more of a coming together between two players as they both turn. And then the one in the first half was just a shove to the floor from his chest that they somehow misinterpreted and thought it was his face. Complaining about the officiating, but realistically, they've been shit. Mill will have a throw midway through the Norwich half. Bardsley's just turned it round. We're 2-0 down against Burton. And now 3-2 up. They were 2-0 down. Middlesbrough win 1-0 at Swansea. Long throw. It's headed away by Cordoba. And outplay for another Millwall throw. Stoke have just retaken the lead at Derby. Kramer throws it short. And we're just going to take it to the corner. And somehow that's a Norwich throw. And Kramer just puts to the Norwich player. The Norwich player is about 20 yards ahead of where it was taken. Again, still 10 yards ahead of where it was taken. Referee now making him take it back. Finally. And we played 2 over the 5 signalled. The time should have been up by now. Ball over the top is out of play for a Norwich throw. Again, taking 5-6 yards forward. Throw. Launch forward. Headed forward. Flicked on. Launch forward. And there goes the final whistle. And a brilliant start to the season. Fantastic start to the season. Motherfucker. And our first win at Carrow Road for 57 years. And what a game it was. I think we were well worth the 3 points. And after Negley's opener, it's unfortunate because Bender's done really, really well for the rest of the game. Just one mistake. And Langstaff, the hero, so happy for him. 1 goal scored all last season, and he's played 15, 20 minutes in this season, and he has the same amount of goals. Norwich 1, Millwall 2, and I think we were well worth the 3 points. Look at that. As it stands, we're top of the league. Yes, we're top of the league. As it stands, we are top of the league. Obviously, if any of the teams that are currently winning by 1 goal score again, then we won't be. But as it stands, if West Brom or Stoke score, then West Brom or Stoke scored, then we're not. But at the moment, we are first. And saying that, Stoke have just scored to make it 3-1. There you go. Stoke have just made it 3-1. Which is a shame. Stop the count. Sorba Thomas has just made it 3-1, so now we're second. We're in the automatics. But what a fucking result. What a result. Well worth the 3 points. What a fucking result. First win in 57 years. Come on.